For folks not to understand that this is a Black woman's issue and this is a form of sexism and racism towards Black women, it is telling of white supremacy in our society and an unwillingness to see the humanities and struggles of Black women when it comes to hair and being accepted in predominantly white spaces. When we talk about violence, we rarely talk about emotional violence or gaslighting. And Black women are being gaslit when they're saying, hey, this is a problem within our community. An example of misogynoir targeting Black women. If you're a Black woman, your hair will always be seen as political. Even those of us Black women that don't sit on the national stage, that aren't well known, our stories matter. This stuff happens to us every day in our offices, during Zoom meetings, even when we're just trying to socialize and live life. If there was a white woman who had lost her hair to a medical condition, there is no comedian that would get on stage and make a joke of it. Comedy has boundaries. There are certain topics comedians know that they cannot touch. For example, there were a number of deaf performers on the Oscars, and there was Liza Minnelli who was using a wheelchair. Would it be socially acceptable to joke about their disabilities, which is more visible, as opposed to Jada's medical condition? I think Black women and people with disabilities are often the butt of jokes, and it's socially acceptable. One of the things that I've seen on Twitter is that people denying Jada Pinkett Smith's illness as a valid disability and being very dismissive of her humanity and focusing so much on will and the action of slapping someone than the actual violence of critiquing a Black woman's hair, a prominent Black woman's hair on a global stage in a predominantly white audience. As a person who lived with a hidden disability for years, I know what it feels like to have my disability invalidated because I don't look disabled. Alopecia is a valid disability, and it is an autoimmune disease that affects more than just the hair. It's time that we foster inclusion and expand the definition of disability beyond wheelchair, crutches, and canes. Disability has everything to do with this conversation, and disabilities can come in any form, shape, or size. Jada is not being portrayed as a victim, and I think that's being overshadowed by the entire scandal. I don't think people are demanding an apology from Chris Rock, and to be honest, I think his win, as historic as it is, he's the 5th Black male to have won an Academy Award for Best Actor. I think that is overshadowed, and I think we shouldn't focus so much on this one heated moment. We are human beings and we can lend grace to one another. There's a lot of respectability politics going on that specifically Black people, that we shouldn't act like this in white spaces and that violence is never the answer. But the Oscar stage has been a place where violent men have been celebrated, specifically Harvey Weinstein, Woody Allen, Casey Affleck, Roman Polanski. The difference is their violence is done behind closed doors. We shouldn't overlook the greatness that was the most diverse Oscars in history. The presence of deaf actors on stage, major win for Coda, major win for the deaf community. That's being overshadowed. If you care about social justice, you'll care about what's happening to women like Jada Pinkett Smith who can't exist in the public, be their authentic self without someone joking about their appearance.